Dustin is now very kind enough to be joining us on this Monday to talk about it all. There he is, DP himself, El Diamante. What a painting behind you there. Is that a new one, by the way?
That's I got this one after before my last fight in Miami.
Okay, I love that. That is
An artist in
tremendous.
South Florida made it on a metal. It's pretty cool, man.
It's beautiful and a nice setup. Is this a new microphone?
This is a new one, man. I was coming on aerial. I gotta get it right.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. This is the best sounding Dustin Poirier we've had on the program via Zoom. So appreciate it very much.
No hot mic. No hot mic.
No, it's all good. It's all good. How are you feeling, Dustin? First of all, like from a physical standpoint, I could tell a little bit you're sounding nasal. Obviously, you told us last week broken nose in multiple places, partially torn MCL and injured ribs as well. How are you feeling physically 9 days after the fight?
Honestly, man, every day I wake up, it's a little better. So still getting better. I'm honestly not in that much pain like I was, maybe a week ago. But every now and then my knee, my rib, depending when I move or if I crunch, and my nose kind of stopped hurting, and it just feels like pressure now. The pain went away.
Okay. And so do you need surgery on your nose?
Yeah, they wanted to do it today, but I wasn't down with it. So I'm gonna get a couple more opinions and take it from there.
Okay. So you're hoping not to have surgery?
Of course. I mean, that's like the last step for me. I'd try anything before getting cut on.
Did you do you
But I've had 2 nose surgeries
Yeah, exactly.
already.
Right.
So I know the process. And when I met with the doctor here in Louisiana, I just didn't like the vibe, and I want to get a couple more opinions.
Do you remember when you broke your nose?
In this last fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 3rd round, our heads collided.
Okay, so I know like immediately after the fight, you weren't sure if it was because of the headbutt or another. Do you think it was because of the headbutt?
100%.
Okay, wow. And so you still had a little bit more fight to go. How painful was it in that moment?
It wasn't too painful. It was just I couldn't breathe. And at one point he had my back, and I was trying to straighten it or push it so I can breathe, and it just crunched.
Oof.
And yeah, it sucks.
Damn. It did lead, and I think a broken nose would lead to this photo. This photo is now like one of the most iconic photos ever. The one that you turned your avatar into, the one with the blood coming out. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. We're showing it right now. This is something. I mean, this is a work of art. There's got to be like I see the smile on your face. You have to love this photo, right? Knowing how much you love the art of war.
Yeah, because like when I see the photo, it doesn't just capture a moment. It captures like a feeling that I felt in that moment walking towards him. Like one of us is going down feeling like I'm leaving it all out here right now. Let's go. This is everything I have. That feeling is like something special. And that picture brings me to that place.
Right. I had heard, and again, I want to preface this by you're not an excuse type. So hopefully no one takes this as you making any excuses. But I was told that you had injured your ribs a few weeks before the fight, and that sort of altered how you could train for the fight. Is that accurate? Are you able to confirm that?
Yeah, I busted my ribs in camp, but of course I don't want to like talk about that. I don't think it changed anything or the way I fought. But yeah, I smashed my ribs up bad.
Ever to the point where you considered pulling out?
Just my wife wanted me to.
Oh, damn.
But I wasn't gonna. Yeah.
So she that was her, like her advice was you should pull out.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It was too close though, man. Like,
yeah,
I was already halfway through camp. I was like, I'm fighting. I'm fighting for the belt.
And why did you make that call? Were you afraid that you wouldn't get a title shot?
I was halfway through training camp, and I'm fighting for the lightweight title. Like I wasn't pulling out, man.
Okay. How did it feel because like fighting Islam, watching you fight Islam feels very uncomfortable. He is so relentless. He's suffocating. I can't imagine going through that with busted ribs. How much did they bother you during the fight?
Only time I felt him in the whole fight was maybe a third or whenever he had a body triangle kind of closer towards my corner, and he tried to mount me with the body triangle, and all the pressure he was trying to mount while he still had the lock, and all the pressure kind of twisted my body. That's the only time that I had to like really protect myself on the instinct because I felt the ribs hurting. But other than that, no problem.
Okay. This may be and now kind of taking a step back, this may be a crazy question to ask you, but did you realize you were so beloved before fight week? It is very rare to see everyone who isn't, there's the Islam fans, but then the rest of the community was almost willing you to the top. Like the emotion that you brought out in people, the talk, the just the narratives going into this fight. Like there was people that were just wanting to see you win so badly, and that is extremely rare. Were you aware that you were this beloved going into the fight?
Not really, man. At the press conference, when he would try to speak, the crowd would boo him, and it was hard to hear him. I was like, "This is crazy." This is the champ, and these guys are booing him and cheering me. I appreciate it, but I appreciate everybody who's followed along my career and supported me, man. But fighting is life, and I think if you're true to it, people recognize that, and you just get like I said, they come along this journey with me through the last however many years. My life has been documented through fighting and on television and in these pay-per-views. So thank you all.
Um, are you uncomfortable at times with all the love, or are you okay? Like sometimes when there's so many, compliments and accolades being thrown your way, it can affect your head, right? It could affect the way you view things. Then there's the ups and downs of that. Are you comfortable with when you see all this and read all this and digest all of this?
Yeah, it makes me feel good. I appreciate it so much. It does, and it's been. I mean, for the past week, so many messages, so many people reaching out, um, just supporting what I have, what I'm doing, and my fighting career, and everything. It's been overwhelming, honestly. I didn't think this many people would be reaching out to me, and yeah, it's overwhelming.
How was the week leading up to the fight? There was a great scene when you left the press conference and you went to Lafayette Street. That was amazing. But just like the overall vibe of the week, how were you feeling as you approached Saturday?
I felt great, man. I felt like I was gonna be the world champ. I felt great. I have nothing to complain about. Smooth week, easy, smooth, easy in quotes. Weight cut, as smooth as it could be, and I felt great.
The decision to go with the sort of remixed walkout with the diamonds and then going into your usual walkout song, where did that come from?
From the fans. I was getting tagged on so much stuff on X and on Instagram, and I just kept seeing it every week leading up to the fight. So I reached out to the UFC and I said, "Hey, can we do this? Because I think I need to." So many people are tagging me in these videos of this guy singing a cover song, and I was like, I gotta see if we can just do the beginning when the lights are off, the beginning of the song, and UFC did it perfect.
Okay, so you were happy with it.
Yeah, for sure.
The shorts, how did that come about?
Hunter Campbell reached out to me and said, "We're going to be doing custom shorts for certain guys, and this is a big fight, and we'd love to make you some." And we started going back and forth with designs, different floral patterns, different color patterns, and stuff like that. And I finally picked out these.
Amazing. So it wasn't you reaching out to them; they reached out to you about it.
Yeah,
Wow, I love that. And was it your idea to go with floral, or was that their idea?
of course, of
Okay.
course,
And I'm
of
sorry,
course.
is it because of the shirts, or is there a deeper meaning behind the floral?
Nah, it's just because of the colorful shirts I wear and stuff. I just like that.
Well, I've never worn a Robert Graham, but I'm like envious of them because they look so damn cool on you all the time. I don't think I could pull it off if I'm being honest,
I think you got it. I think you can pull it
but
off.
it's a damn good look. I hope Robert Graham is paying you a lot of money for all the love there, because like I only associate you with those shorts, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Or shirts, I should say, not shorts, but they were on the shorts.
Hey, I got the full kits. I got shirts and shorts over here.
I love it. All right, so we get to the fight in the back. How are you feeling?
Great, feeling great. Good warm up, get drug tested, play my music, warm up with Gamrot, warm up with Thiago Alves, do some drills with my boxing coach. I felt great, man.
At any point, are there's clips coming out of your journey. There's people giving you all kinds of love. Are you ever getting reflective? Are you allowing the moment to get too big? I know you say you know you're going to be champion on this night, but did you ever get emotional? Did you ever think about, oh man, look how far I've come. Look, it's all coming to this. Like, did you allow yourself to go there?
No, I think that would have put me in a bad mental space if I would have if it all came to a head. It would have been so much pressure on me. I just took it like another night, like another fight night, any night.
I believe you saw your daughter before the fight, right? Meaning in the locker
Not
room.
at the arena.
Oh, not okay. The
No,
photo that you took with her, that was before the fight. That was the day before the fight or something?
that was a that was the weigh-ins,
Got
the
it.
public weigh-ins.
Okay. So I was just wondering what it was like, just knowing that she was in the building, her presence, being there for the first time. What did that do to you?
I didn't really, honestly, I didn't notice it until after when I got out the octagon and I saw her crying by my wife. That's when like my dad superpowers kicked in, and I was just worried about her crying, trying to let her know we're okay. I'm fine. I'm not injured. I'm good. But she was with me since Thursday at my Airbnb. So leaving for fight day, because my wife and daughter left maybe 2 hours after I did. So when the UFC came to pick me up to bring me to the venue, giving her a hug, like knowing she was going to be in the arena when I was leaving my Airbnb, that was kind of like a little bit emotional for me because I knew I wasn't going to see her till after, and I didn't know what was about to happen. So that leaving her the day of the fight, that was the only time I kind of felt like a little pressure, a little emotional.
But that's the first time you've ever had a chance to say in person goodbye to her going to the arena, right? Or has she ever been to the Oh, she's been before to the city, but just never went to the actual arena, correct?
No, that's her first time in New Jersey.
No, 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 meaning like she's sometimes been to, like if you fought in Vegas, she's been to Vegas, just didn't come to the fight, right?
Yeah, only once.
Okay, okay. So this, I mean, so everything was feeling very special, and then we get to the fight, and the first couple minutes you're on the ground with him, and it looks like it might be a tough spot for you because there's still like 2.5, 3 minutes left in the round. Are you panicking at all? What is going through your mind as he is wrapping you up like an octopus?
uh, the oh shit, how'd I get here? I can't believe he tripped my foot with that. He had like a single kind of high crotch and then swept my other foot out. Like it was so slick, and we're dry. That's what I remember thinking, like, oh my goodness, we don't even have 2 minutes off the clock, I don't think, and I'm on the ground with this guy. But I just stayed composed, protecting my neck from the rear naked chokes, and did as much as I could to try to put pressure on his legs from the body triangle, so I can unloosen his grip with his legs, but also not being too crazy twisting because my rib. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Right. The fact that you survived that and went to the corner at the end of the first round and then got to start the second round on your feet, I'm sure that gave you a ton of confidence.
I mean, we were dry. I thought one of his best chances of getting me early dry on my back. I was in the worst position I could be, and I survived. It was just felt good, and then we started getting on the feet. But I feel like I couldn't open up. His rhythm was strange, Ariel. He fought me either all the way in, like clinched, or all the way out at a kicking range. It was just really hard to get his rhythm to get into exchanges and make him miss and counter him. I felt like I never got that chance. I never got going. And I felt like anytime I threw more than 2 punches, he was going to duck under me or shoot grab a leg. So he fought a great fight. Him and his team did a great job of preparing him. And because I was ready, I was ready to leave it all out there.
You said in the post-fight press conference that your corner was telling you to throw more knees, but that you
At
were
the end, at the ends of my combinations, they wanted me to finish with knees because he was dipping really low and backing straight out. But I didn't. Because I thought he was going to catch my leg.
Do you regret that?
Hindsight,
Yeah.
I've been doing this a long time. Hindsight's always.
Was he tougher than you thought he would be, or just, I mean, because everyone compares him to Khabib, so you had some sort of window into what you were dealing with, but a different guy, different style to a degree. Did it kind of go the way you thought in terms of the difficulty?
I knew it was going to be a tough fight. These style of fights are the toughest for me. Guys who are going to chain wrestle and keep the fight slower. I do better in like a brawl or even somebody who's going to exchange and plant their feet and throw punches with me. That's where I find ways to win. This was a tough fight to try to take advantage of openings when he's on the back foot and I'm kind of chasing. It was just a tough style for me. But he was everything I thought he was going to be. He was the champ. Like I knew he was tough. I knew he was going to be strong. I knew he had grit. You don't get in the position he's in by not having all of those things. You have to have everything. And it was exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Can you compare his style of grappling to Khabib's?
Takedowns are different. Pressure's similar. Takedowns are a little different. He does a lot of upper body stuff. He kept trying to clinch up with me. Khabib would shoot lower shots. I think Khabib was stronger, physically stronger. Islam's squeeze was incredible. Like the whole fight, he felt okay. All of these guys are strong, but it wasn't overwhelming. Um, but his squeeze, that torque he got in that Darce choke, and it was like a vice, it was like a vice grip.
And that takedown leading into the final, sequence, uh, I mean, that was pretty high level stuff, right?
Yeah, and I saw people saying like, "Oh, Dustin, I've never even seen that before." I've seen it. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen it before. I just didn't think it was about to happen right there.
Right. Did you feel? Some people were saying that they thought he was getting tired. Did you feel like you thought he was getting tired?
I mean, we were both fatigued just from fighting hard, but I don't think he was anywhere close to. He could have done another 5 minutes, no doubt. Yeah, his arms might have started to get filled with blood. So both of us, our punches are going to be a little slower. Our legs are a little tired, but neither one of us was tired. We could have kept going.
I've never asked you about this, but where did the for lack of a better word, like tick to fix the shorts constantly throughout your fight? When did that develop?
I don't know, man, but I can't stop. I don't know. Immediately after the fight, Mike Brown, when we got back to the Airbnb, was telling me, he was like, "Dude, I've never seen you touch your shorts that much.
Well, I was just gonna
I've
say, I
never
feel like
seen."
you do it more now than ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't plan on it. I tell you that.
Do you do it in training as well? Like when you spar?
Yeah.
You really
Uh
okay?
huh.
Did you ever think of maybe like changing your shorts so that you don't do it? Like, what if you wore, like Muay Thai shorts or like Vale Tudo
I
shorts?
probably would. Maybe I have Tourette's. I'll probably still do it.
Even if you were wearing like tights and you couldn't lift them up?
Now I definitely wouldn't do it with tights. Uh, but it's all good.
Well, the reason I asked that is because I saw some people doing breakdown videos, and I'm curious if you believe this as well, that he was timing takedowns based on when you would touch your shorts and move them up. Do you think that there's any credence to that?
Now there could be, but I doubt it. But you never know.
Okay.
I would do it. I would do it again.
Right. So it's not something that you've tried to stop doing.
No,
No.
no.
What was that the final sequence? How would you describe it? Because like there are some people who had a 2-2 going into the fifth. You're in the fifth round. You made it that far. You've had ups and lows. You've had moments of success in the fight, and then unfortunately he catches you. The emotion that you felt when it sunk in, the reality sunk in. What was that like?
I didn't recognize that he was sliding his arm back through for the Darce. I knew he was looking for a guillotine, but for some reason I just like was blinded to the moment that he was setting the Darce, and once I realized it, recognized that it was so tight, there was no way I was getting out of that. It was either tap or go to sleep, and I did a little bit of I did both. Uh, my leg was trapped. It was just slick, man. He's good. He's the world champ, man. He's good.
Would you say he's the best pound for pound fighter on the planet?
That's tough, man. That's tough because John Jones has never been beat.
Right.
You know, that's tough. Top two.
Yeah, it's become a hot debate since the fight. I'm sure you've seen some of the stuff, and I think he's number one. Some people, I guess, look at the whole body of work from day one. Obviously, Jones might be the greatest of all time, but I think right now, pound for pound, if everyone was the same weight, Islam is number one. That's my two
I
cents.
respect that, and you might be right. You
Um,
know,
so in the moment, in the cage, speaking to Joe Rogan, how close were you to retiring?
close, but I'm never gonna just lay my gloves down on the mat like that. Because I like I tell you every time, this could be my last fight. Every one for the past couple years, I felt like that, but I don't know. Um, and even being this far removed from the fight, I still don't know. I'm kind of looking for clarity, searching myself, and taking it one day at a time. But I don't know. I don't know what's next.
Okay, so that was the obvious follow up. I'm sure people want to know if you have made a decision. The answer is obviously no.
I still don't know. I still don't know. I can't say I'll never fight again, but I just don't know the reason. What am I going to fight for? To get into a battle. I love that, but man, I've taken some lumps over the years. It has to be for something, and maybe that's something I'll recognize that or realize that in the coming weeks. I don't know, but I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Are you leaning in a direction?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards being done.
Okay, more so than ever.
Yeah, for sure.
To the point where
Especially especially without like getting the title fight. Like what? How many more times would I need to fight? to put myself back in position to fight for the world title. I don't know. And like I said, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to fight 5 more times trying to earn another title shot. So I don't. I'm in a weird spot.
You
I don't know how to explain it or what decision to make. But I'm just kind of taking it day by day and seeing what comes with my mind changing and just to see how I feel.
at the post fight press conference, you said that, and correct me if I misunderstood this, that your wife has kind of campaigned for you to stop, right? She would prefer if you stop. Since the fight, does she feel the same, or is there a change in her stance?
No, she feels the same because I brought it up a couple times since then. Obviously, like
Yeah.
maybe one more, maybe one more. And she's like, no, stop. You need to stop.
And how much do you take her opinion into your decision into account? Like her being more adamant now, does it make you want to stop?
I mean, she knows me better than anyone walking the earth. And I think she just knows how much I put into this and how much it takes of me to prepare for these fights and how selfish I am focusing on this craft and how much it takes away from our family and also the long-term effects, how damaged I get doing these things, you know. I
Mhm.
think that she's taken all that into consideration when she's telling me it might be time.
If
But me, I still know I can beat these guys,
right,
Ariel. I can beat these fucking guys.
I mean, you went the fifth round with the number one guy in the division and in the world, in my opinion. There's a strong case that you could beat everyone in the whole weight class on any given night,
And I
including him.
believe that. That's the problem.
Right.
Exactly. Him too. And I still feel that. He's a great champion and he beat me. You know, he beat me for sure. But I felt like I could like I said in the press conference, every time I got off the stool, I felt like I'm gonna get him this round. You know, and never once was I broken or out of the fight. I was thinking I was gonna win every time I got off the stool. And looking back at it, I still feel that way. You know, if we did another 5 rounds, I would still get off the stool every round thinking I'm gonna win this fight.
And the allure of big time fights, I know they're not for belts, so to speak, but like maybe a Diaz fight or a Connor fight or so, like this doesn't appeal to you. It's just all about the belt. Money fights, fun fights. It's just all you wanted that.
I wanted the belt, but I got to see how I feel. Like talking about those things is not exciting to me. But if my phone rang right now and it was Hunter and he said, "Hey, this fight, you know, maybe I got to see how I feel when it's offered to me." That's how I know what decision to make. You know, right? Talking about it, nothing seems attractive to me.
Do you think they will call you at some point with something?
No clue, man.
I wonder if they're just going to leave you alone and wait for you to call them.
I'm not calling.
No, okay, fair enough. You will never
Yeah,
call.
no.
Okay. Um, and just curious, I mean, what do you think your timeline is? Like, obviously, we're talking about this. It's not like you can fight next week. If you were in the midst of your career, how long are you actually out for, given all these injuries?
Um, 8 weeks maybe.
8 weeks, really, with the knee too.
Yeah, already started physical therapy. Have another session tomorrow. Nose will probably be 6 weeks. You know, once they re-break the bones and straighten everything out. Depending when I do that, you know, I can fight.
Right. No surgery on the knee.
No surgery on the knee.
Re-break the bones. That's what they do.
Yeah, because these bones are going to set. You know, I have 5 breaks in my nose, so these are going
Ugh,
to set in the wrong positions, and I can't breathe out of my right nostril at all, bro. Like nothing,
nothing. Gosh. And when they
nada. Everything got pushed over. You know.
right, and when they re-break them, do they put you under?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Golly. And you've had this done before.
yeah. So I had an after I fought Joseph Duffy at the MGM Grand
Oh
the
yeah.
night Robbie fought Condit. I shattered my nose then. I flew back to Florida, had a surgery there, but the bone set wrong with the stents or something. So they had to re-break it. So I had 2 surgeries after that fight. And it's just so pain. Like I would rather break my nose 10 times than have one surgery because the surgery, the recovery process is it's painful, man. And those stents are deep in your nose and they're stitched in. It's just a lot of stuff in your face and it's
Right.
a lot of pressure and a lot of pain. I would rather break it again than have surgery.
Ending your career on a win, does that matter to you?
I've never lost 2 in a row.
Right.
So whoever I go up against next is a dead man. But
Well, now you sound like a guy
that
who's
would
gonna fight again.
exactly. My wife would whip my ass if she heard me talking. Uh, that would be a cool way to close it out, right? Show everybody that I can bounce back again. But we'll see, man. I don't know. Nothing makes sense to me.
Right. And what do you when you say that, what does that mean? Nothing makes sense to you.
Like no fights.
Oh, okay.
Looking at paper, like nothing makes sense to me.
Right.
Like who am I gonna fight?
Now, when you have a chance to look back on your career, the fact that you had that moment with the interim belt, you got the feeling of the belt around your waist, does that make this a little easier to digest?
Well, my daughter keeps telling me that it's okay, Dad. Some people don't have any belts. She tells me some people don't have any belts. You have one right here. Like you're right, babe. I do.
Yeah.
I do. And I hold that belt high. You know that. Yeah, it was the interim championship, but he was the current champ. He was on a big win streak. You know, like and in my career, I beat a bunch of former champions as well. So
Right.
like I know I'm there. I feel like I'm there, but I just wanted the undisputed best in the world title.
Did you hear from a lot of fellow fighters after the fight showing you like we had Eddie and DJ on last week and they were showering you with praise and these are legends of the game. I'm wondering if a lot of people reached out to you and if that made you feel any better.
Yeah. Anytime I get like respect from my peers, that means a lot to me. Um, because those are the guys in the arena, guys and girls in the arena, putting it all on the line. You know, like Kayla Harrison reached out to me after the fight, had a bunch of nice stuff to say, and spoke to me a little bit about my grandmother. And my grandmother's someone I love and miss very much every day. And she told me she knows my grandmother's proud. I don't want to get emotional right now, dude. Oh, but
Okay.
yeah, no, it's great for my peers to reach out.
Can I just ask when did your grandmother pass away?
2009, I believe.
Okay, so
But I grew up. She raised me. Her and my mom raised me.
the reason I was asking was she unfortunately missed this whole run.
Yeah, yeah. But I was fighting when she was still alive, and she every time we'd hang up the phone, she would call me champ. You know, she was like the first person calling me champ. But yeah, she missed the whole run.
It was crazy. The morning of the fight, I got an email from Michael Tucker, who directed Fightville, and
Yeah,
I haven't talked to him in years. And he sent me an email, and he told me I think that he was in the Ukraine or Russia doing another project, and how much he was looking forward to watching you. And then he sent me a couple of like unreleased clips from the film, and one of them was of you telling him, I believe, that your dream was to be the lightweight champion, the best in the world, and that was like I think you were 20 at the time or something like that, or maybe even less than that. I think no, in your teens, you're in your late teens. Um, I was wondering if you saw that and if it took you back to that guy, that kid with those big dreams. Which at the time you say a great thing in that line. Like some people say, my dreams are crazy. Like what are you dreaming about? Like what are you doing? And you actually, the kid from Lafayette actually got to that spot. You were there. You were right there, 25 minutes away.
yeah. It's crazy when you put that clip out. It brought me back to that moment. Like I remember, I was at a boxing gym, sitting on the edge of the ring. Just did a boxing workout with a coach here in Louisiana, and I remember that exact moment.
Damn. That kid, no way he believes that all this happens. Even though you had that dream, do you really believe that like you turn into an international superstar beloved like this?
No, I would have never. I could never. I knew I was going to do my best and push this thing, like I said, as far as it can go. And yeah, I was just happy. Like even at that age, young and dumb, like I still understood the passion of chasing your dreams. You know, like people who are going to point the finger or say whenever you stumble, you know, celebrate and stuff like that. But I'm the one doing it. You know, they're the ones talking. I'm the one doing it. You know, I'm the one bleeding in the arena, and that's power in that, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the to be able to recognize that.
Hmm. By the way, how are the new gloves in action?
I like them. I like them.
The look
My
as well.
hand, my hands kind of got a little banged up. They're thinner.
They're thinner,
Like
right?
my hand is still healing
Oh, damn. Yeah,
right here. Like all the
and that's 9 days
both
later.
hands actually. Yeah. They're a lot thinner, but I like them because I can make a closed fist very tight. You know, I like them for the other gloves were tough to make a closed fist.
Did that not happen with the other gloves? Wear and tear like that.
In the Max fight, there was a lot of volume thrown, so my knuckles were raw, but not to this deep of like a cut on my knuckle.
Okay. And what do you think of the look, the gold?
It's different. You know, I don't mind it. I see people talking trash. Some people like it. It's each their own. I thought it was cool.
What was the reception like when you landed back home in Lafayette? Some great scenes there. Were you expecting that?
And I didn't expect that. No, it was crazy. It was crazy. But it's like I just got through a hectic fight week with a bunch of interviews, got beat up in front of the world. Now I get home, finally touchdown in Louisiana, and as soon as I walk through the airplane doors, it's like the news team is asking me questions. I'm on live TV. I'm like, oh shit, not a, hold on, hold on. But
uh,
my daughter was blown away by it. She loved it because like everybody was saying, you're famous to my little girl. She was so pumped.
that's amazing. That's incredible. And what about when you came home? Because I saw before there were signs outside your house and stuff like that. What was the scene like when you came home?
It's crazy seeing all the signs. Like even down this road, there's a nice big house, and they got like a huge 8x10 one on their front gate of their house. It says Louisiana's Diamond. We support you, Dustin Poirier. It has my eyes on it. I was like, man, that's so crazy. You know, people I don't know putting
Wow.
these huge thing on there. It feels good. It feels good.
Any king cakes at the doorstep?
No, that's Mardi Gras, man. We don't
Oh,
we don't
you.
do king kangs right now.
Oh, I thought you could give it. You can't give it out at any time. I thought that was like the Louisiana thing. Only Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, yeah.
Oh man. So what is the thing? What do are people giving you like sweets and stuff to
Oh,
just
actually, bro, actually, somebody like rice and gravy here, cook
okay.
meat down with a gravy, put it over rice. Somebody gave me 5 Tupperwares in the airport late at night when I landed, and I ate them all.
Of
I ate
what?
them all. It was still hot, rice and gravy,
No
bro.
way. Someone just cooked it for you.
Yeah, and my wife was like, "I don't know if we should be eating stuff,
Yeah.
but we don't." I said, "Man, taste this."
Holy shit. There was no I would have not eaten it, but I guess
It
you
was
could
fresh, bro. It was still hot. It was still hot.
wow. No trepidation whatsoever that it might be a little suspect?
Hey, you got to roll the dice, man.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you're
Yeah.
freaking out there with blood pouring out of your nose.
If the pound for pound number one guy didn't kill me, I think I could do some rice and gravy. I'll be all right.
That's right. You know what's so crazy about your demeanor right now? Comparing this guy to the guy who we spoke to on the Monday after Gaethje. This is two, in both losses, both stoppage losses. It's a totally different person, and yet the stakes were bigger in this fight. But yet it seems like you're much more at peace and happy and okay with it all. Am I wrong?
No, I'm of course not happy with the result, but
No.
I'm happy
Yeah.
with who I am. Um, like I put out a video the other day on Instagram, and it's so true, man. Like, what's more important, what you acquire on the journey or who you become on the journey? And the person I become on this journey, I'm forever grateful for the fight game, for turning me into this person. Because the way I think about things, the way I view things, my perspective is completely different. And it's all because of the ups and downs and picking myself up. And I'm just look at the world in a different way. And I'm thankful for that. You know, I'm in a great spot.
Wow. And I'm sure that makes the potential end of the journey a little bit easier to digest. Like you couldn't have ended it after Gaethje the way it
No,
was.
I would have never been okay.
Right. Do you think you would be at
Yeah.
peace if this is the end? Like, do you think this would be something that would creep up 10 years later, or you're truly at peace now?
It's tough to say because the only thing that like makes me not want to walk away is because I know I can still compete with these guys and I feel like I'm still getting better. You know, it's not like I'm slowing down that much or age is catching up with me. My reaction time is still good. I feel good and I know I can beat these guys. And say I do leave, you know, in a year from now, it might not be the same if I ever try to come back or something. Like I'm scared to miss what I have left to give, but also I don't want to give too much of myself. I know I sound like a broken record on these interviews saying this stuff over and over again, but it's like I want to give more because I know I have a short window to give the best of myself, but also I've given so much of myself to the sports for so long. It's just where do I draw the line? And that's a battle that I have to figure out with myself and digest because I don't know the answers to a lot of these things, man. I'm just living life like everybody else.
Yeah, yeah. Can I tell you my opinion just based on what you're saying? And you didn't ask for my opinion, but and you may not like the answer, but I think you have one more left in you. And I don't know if that's in 6 months, 8 months, a year from now, next summer. Excuse me, but I really feel like there's a fire there that will propel you to make the walk one more time. Not that I think you have to, and there's nothing like you've done it all, but I don't know. You don't seem like a guy who's done to me.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people keep saying. Even my brother was here the other night. He was like, "Oh, dude, you're not done. I know you're not done." I'm like, dude, I can't even stop. I have to fight. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I have to fight.
I'm
I'm gonna fight your ass, Ariel.
No, I mean, I feel like we could sell a few pay-per-views. What do you think?
Oh, dude, for sure. For sure. We could put that on the Zone or something, man.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I'll do ESPN Plus. I like them; they're
I
cool.
mean, domestic buys will be insane.
Domestic. I'm internationally beloved. I don't know about you, but I feel like
No,
I'm.
no, you're Shoney Carter over here.
That's right. That's right, Mr. International. That's right. And so okay, so before I let you go, you are set. You're one of the rare guys. You have.
This,
Go ahead.
sorry to keep cutting you off. This is another thing with fighting that scares me is like for the past 18 years, I've been so engaged with it. Like every morning I wake up, I'm thinking about fighting. I'm watching a video. I'm heading down to the gym to do jujitsu with my guys here locally. I'm always trying to be better at my craft. I'm scared to not keep that same mindset and work ethic towards being a better fighter every day. And then I try to come back or something. Like I've never got out of the mix besides having hip surgery when I couldn't walk for 8 weeks and stuff. That's the only times I've taken off. I've been a student of the game forever, every day of my life, since I started this. I'm scared to like start to walk away and not be on the mats every single day and then try to come back and just, I don't know, not feel in tune with everything. All that scares me.
Hmm. And
And honestly, living like a normal life, like a normal civilian life, waking up, making my daughter breakfast, and not going to the gym or not needing to go run, that scares me too. I don't know how to not have a fight coming up because I've done it since I was a kid. This feels weird to me, even though it's only a week out. Waking up, not calling people, not saying what time you guys training, what's training looking like this weekend. That's been my life for 18 years. So I feel like a little bit out of order without that.
have you talked to Mike Brown is obviously very close to you. Have you talked to people about how they take their foot off that gas?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Are you worried about what life is like post fighting, meaning how you occupy your time? Because I was going to say you're one of the few guys who has businesses set up. So I feel like it's not the same type of rush, but you're good monetarily. It seems like you've set yourself up, but it's just like that day to day. You're not a desk guy. You're not a 9 to 5 guy. You're not that type of guy. Are you worried that it's going to drive you crazy?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm worried a little bit that I'm gonna, I don't know, yeah, go crazy.
Mm.
But that's why I want to do like jump on some ESPN gigs, get behind the desk, stay attached to the sport, but give me something to focus my energy on, maybe working that craft, learning how to speak better, learning how to interview people better. I don't know. I just need to be fully involved with something because every day for the past 18 years, I've woken up with that get better at fighting, get better at fighting. And if I really do leave this and that's not what I wake up to every day, I'm going to go crazy for sure.
Have you thought about motivational speaking? I think you would be great at that.
Dude, that's what Robert Rivetta tells me every time we hang up the phone. He's like, but I don't know, man. I don't think that's my
Dude, you'd be
thing.
perfect at that. You
We'll
always
leave
have
that for
these.
Michael Chandler, man. We'll leave that for
Nah,
Bootstrap
nah.
Mikey.
You have different
Muscle
styles.
Milk Mike.
You have different styles. You have different styles, but I think you would be amazing at that. You'd be incredible at that.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I know you love boxing. Any desire to get one in there? Would that be a different
I
thing?
would love to. That would be fun. It's like that excites me. But I don't think, I still have 7 fights on my
They'd
contract with the
let you.
UFC.
You've been a great guy to the company. I mean, they'd let you do a one-off.
I don't know.
You want me to
You
put
think
in a
so?
call? I'll put in a call to Dana and
Yeah, yeah,
Hunter.
yeah.
That'll go over
Yeah,
well.
do that.
Okay.
Do that.
I'll put in a call. Okay, so here you are. You're just going to be chilling, and that's it. You're not going to. You're
That's the thing that scares me. Yeah, like my schedule's right here. And usually it's 3 mile run,
yeah.
jiu-jitsu at 11, MMA rolls at 12:30. Like I usually have all kind of. I'm just barbecuing,
You're just living.
swimming, playing ping pong.
Yeah, that's the retired life. Shuffleboard, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, I saw Mateusz Gamrot upset about some of Armin Sarukian's comments. He was responding on Twitter. Armin was on our show, and I don't think he was disrespectful to you at all, but I think he did another interview where Mateusz didn't like what he had to say, and I know they have a history too. Have you been bothered by anything Armin has said in the aftermath of the fight?
I didn't see him on your show, but I was tagged and stuff on Twitter when he said, "Did I quit or something?" There was like a long quote of him saying, "I quit." I swear to God on my life, my family's life, that I'd not quit.
No, it didn't seem.
I got, yeah. Especially like you fight 24 minutes or 22 and a half minutes with a guy. Like, what's 2.5 minutes of no matter what you're going through? Like, come on, that's crazy.
Is this a thing where like maybe if you never fight again, you won't find yourself back at ATT,
No,
or
those are my guys, man.
will you come
Anytime
back?
Gamrot's preparing,
Okay, you'll come back.
I have a condo right by the gym that I don't have on the market. So I have a place there. I'm gonna be back. Anytime Sabah Homasi is getting ready for a fight, or if Johnny Eblin ever asked me to come in and do some work, all those guys are still close to me. Those are still my good friends, and if I can help them out prepare for a fight, I'll definitely be there.
Do you think you'll ever be a coach like Mike Brown, a head coach?
I don't think so.
Why
No,
not?
because that too takes a special kind of person. Like Mike's on. I mean, he went from New Jersey, maybe home one day, to Japan. No telling where his next trip is. You're always on the road. I want to be home with my family, man.
Right. But maybe if it's just like two guys, or like, do you like the idea of being a coach? Is it the travel thing?
I I love coaching these guys. Like whenever Eblin asked me to be in his corner, or Sabah, or anybody asked me to be in their corner, guys who I respect and I train with, I love that, man. If I can add anything to somebody's fight camp or to somebody's fight week, I love that stuff. But like coaching guys and teaching somebody from the ground up and trying to build a team, I'm not doing that.
Okay. If this is the end, any regrets?
Probably should have jumped a guillotine at least once in this last one. That
One, not even a single attempt,
not
huh?
No, but that was the plan,
Yeah.
not to jump any guillotine.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I guess I'm the silly one for not jumping it. But regrets, no, because everything happened the way it's supposed to happen, dude. That's another thing with my mindset moving forward after these past few fights. I wanted to win. I prepared myself. I was ready to win, ready to sacrifice it all, do whatever I had to do to get my hand raised. But I lost, and that's life. What do I do? I wake up the next day and pick myself up, be grateful my feet touch the floor, and attack a new day. Like I said, if it's for me, it won't miss me. It wasn't for me that night, and now I go through life and put pieces together and see what's next. I can't be too attached to these things.
Man, what amazing advice. Again, you really should consider the speaking stuff. You would help a lot of people out. By the way, last thing, what did
I
your
didn't finish ninth grade, man. I can't speak to these
bro?
people.
You can. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. You didn't finish ninth grade, but you have lived a life. I mean, the
I
street.
can't read good, Ariel.
What did your daughter say to you when you guys got to the back? Do you remember?
In the arena?
Yeah, like when like you're literally she's in front of the world. There's emotion. Did she try to console you? Kids can be great in those moments. I'm just
No,
wondering.
she started pulling it together. After I hugged her and we started walking, she kind of started high-fiving people hanging over the bleachers, and I was like, oh, she's liking this. And we got to the back and she was telling me something. She said, Dad, I saw you hug somebody. You put blood all over their neck. I'm like, yeah, babe, I did. I'm sure I did.
Did she enjoy it?
She was just, I think the moment of the fight kind of overwhelmed her. Then her dad lost. And
Yeah.
I don't even know if she knew I was bleeding as much as I was and stuff. I don't think that it was just her dad lost. That's why she was heartbroken. But once we got to the back and she walked through all the people hanging over and all the cameras and stuff, she snapped right back into her normal self.
Amazing. Well, I'm sorry it didn't work out, but your perspective seems to be amazing. Yes, go ahead, please.
That's life, man. I'm sorry it didn't work out too, because boy, that I put a hard 18 years to get to that point to make it work out. But that's life, bro.
Man, the 3 title fights. Khabib, Charles, Islam, like I don't know if anyone has ever had 3 tougher title fights than that. I know that's
That's my story.
I
That's
know
my
that's no
story, man.
consolation, but golly, I hope you can hold your head up. By the way, if you would have won, would you have retired on the spot?
Yeah, yeah.
That was the plan?
Hmm.
Come on, really? You reached the
Yeah.
mountaintop, you were gonna retire right then and there.
With the ultimate view.
Oh my god. How do you always have these lines? It's unbelievable. You could have gotten a gigantic payday with the belt. You were gonna lay it down. You were gonna
Dude,
say,
all
"I'm
of my
done."
paydays are gigantic.
I know, but as champion is a different kind of payday, no?
No,
That was
I
okay.
get that.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah. No, I was gonna put the belt down with the gloves.
Oh,
Be the
fuck.
both of them.
What a scene. It's fine. The scene was better.
Hey, but this is my story that happened the way it's supposed to happen for my journey. It's been written already.
Amen. Much love, Dustin. Thank you so much for coming on. Always appreciate it. Get well soon. The nose, the ribs, the knee. And just very quickly, we have a bit of chunk of cash coming your way to the Good Fight Foundation from our show. A lot of people stepped up from our show that we did on Friday, so I will be reaching out to you about how to get that to you. It should be coming any day now. So we were very, very excited to do that. All the money from our show from the Friday night going to the Good Fight Foundation. And did you announce any sort of endeavor in terms of what the theme was for this particular fight? I may have missed that.
Yes. Yeah, so this one with the gloves, the shorts, everything we sell off, and auction off, and also the money you're going to donate, which we appreciate very much to you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to put all that towards our back to school drive. That's one of our biggest expenses every year. Is Thanksgiving and back to school drive are the two biggest monetary goals we have that are regular every year, and that costs usually around $40,000 to $60,000 to
Wow.
get those backpacks, go with school supplies for the year. So that's what we're going to put the money towards this time.
And where could people try to get your stuff? Like, where can they be a part of the auction?
Oh, I'll tweet out all the links as soon as we get it listed.
Okay,
I'll put it on my social media, and then the foundation will post it as well.
perfect. Much love, man. Thank you so much for the time. Get well soon, and congrats on an incredible fight.
Thank you, man.
All right, talk to you soon. There he is, the great Dustin Poirier. What a legend. What a guy. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.